Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Tariza, Brilianti, student of Surabaya Shipbuilding State Polytechnic, major of Occupational Health and Safety Engineering, class of A, NRP 003. Okay, in this moment, I'd like to deliver my presentation about safety environment. Before we're moving on, I want to know what thing that comes to your mind first after hearing the statement of safety environment. I'm sure you all have so many answers. Okay, for me, there are two things that come to my mind first in the statement of safety environment. It is a safe environment of the workplace and a safe environment for our nature. Yes, so it's like how to create a safe environment in workplace and for nature, um a safe environment for nature like so. So basically in this moment I'd like to explain the workplace only because it takes a long time if I explain both of them, and I want to um explain the how to create a safe environment of workplace. Yes. So to create a safe workplace we need something that called culture. Wait, what? Culture? Okay, don't panic. Basically culture is around us, so let's go swimming in it. So basically every human group develops its own culture. As time goes on, the group finds its own way of doing things. For example, our ancestors thinking about the strategy of hunt to fulfill their basic life. So they kind of they start thinking deeply to make a strategy to fulfill their daily needs of food, the daily needs of yes, food, their basic life basically. How they hunt uh, an animal like this in this picture. And then after our ancestors found a fire, which is it's kind of um, thinking again, they start thinking to how to make fire, and they found it. They start thinking again of processing the ravine with a fire, which is it's sort of thinking, right, that can improve the risk management. Why it can improve the risk management? So basically, um, they start understand that if they put the meat too long in a fire, it will get burnt, and it tastes not good, right? So they start understand in how long they have to grill the meat to make the meat taste more delicious. So they built on success. They make choices in what time of they prefer to make the meat more delicious. They innovate, they develop an organization. Okay, got it? This is how group builds its own practices and knowledge. A cultural fabric that adapts to different environments as well as historical, political, and social contexts. In short, um, the group develops its culture through shared behavior and attitudes. And so, what does this have to do with companies? Then they focus on productivity, labor relations, and profitability. The answer is, of course, companies the goal of the company is profitability. They have good profit, labor relation, a good relation from each management, from each worker, from management to worker, and the productivity. Companies have to face these issues to survive, and safety is part of the equation. So to overcome these challenges, you have to work together. You need shared attitudes and ways of doing things. A culture and an organizational culture is where it is. But in what role does safety play in all of this? It's a key issue. Okay, first of all, it's necessary to identify the most important risk and agree on what we mean by most important. Um, I mean, from the risk identification, the the people who identify it needs to make the priority which risk that can can be delay can be delay like so, and what kind of risk that it needs it needs the maintain, it needs to care firstly to yes, to reach the goal of the company, back to the goal of the company again. So what are the possible causes of a serious accident likely to result in injuries, damage to assets, or harm to the environment? So setting safety level means establishing how things should be done, the right attitude. In other words, having a safety culture. Well, that's it. So basically, a safety culture is like the role of the safety culture is in setting the safety level. So safety culture is like the parameter of the attitude, value, and manifestation of behavior. It helps you address the most important risks. So yeah, this is the benefit of the safety culture. It helps you to address the most important risks by linking technical features, rules, and procedures with the know-how of staff. So the points are culture, organization, and safety. These three concepts are closely linked and contribute to a firm's overall performance. Okay, the conclusion of all of my presentation is in here. Okay, so how to create a safety environment in workplace? You have to understand that the goal of company is to reach a big productivity, to reach a high profit, and to make a good relation with labor, with all of the worker. Nah, all of them you have to understand that in fact developing a corporate safety culture is a fundamental to the organization. It concerns its working condition quality and dialogue, which in turn influence safety culture. So safety culture basically the point the main part is in the dialogue from management to worker, the dialogue from worker to worker, the dialogue from worker to management, and also the dialogue from management to the management, because they they have more power to build the company, right? So it's like a virtuous circle that gradually builds a shared culture. So you need all of them. You don't only need one point only. You have to combine all of them to create a safety culture of workplace. So you can prescribe a culture, you have to build it. Okay, that's all of my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.